Hey there, friends. Nibs again. Wanted to get out and do a little shooting this afternoon. Such a so much nicer of a day than yesterday. Anyway, it actually is kind of a beautiful day in here in upstate New York. It is lightly snowing, which I kind of enjoy. Makes things look kind of nice. As you can see in the background, really gets people in the Christmas mood, I guess you could say. Um, about January we get tired of it, but this time of year it's kind of nice to see the change of seasons and stuff. So, but I did want to get out and do a little shooting. The wind's much better today. There's just a little tiny breeze, but it's nothing like yesterday. Yesterday was gusting like crazy. I was really shocked at how good those groups were coming out with those two target rifles I was shooting yesterday. But I did want to get out and do a little shooting this afternoon. It is real nice. It's a little bit warmer, but it's still pretty cold. It's in the right around 30 degrees, maybe 32. Cold enough for snow and not rain, so I'd rather have the snow than the rain, really. But I wanted to get out and shoot, and I brought out one of my guns that I may be a little bit biased, but this is one of my favorite guns in my collection, one of the most beautiful guns in my collection, in my opinion, as well. This is a very early Winchester Model 52. This is a pre-A Model 52. It's got the slow lock, which means it cocks on close action. The safety's in good shape. It doesn't have the crack of death or crack of doom, whatever you want to call it. It does have the original, so it has a peep sight up here on the top, and I'll put a picture of a close-up of this because it's such an excellent piece of engineering. And then up on the front there, I do have a Lyman Globe 17A Globe sight, but I do have, I actually forgot to get it out before I started up here, but let me grab it, because it's kind of an important part of the story with this gun, at least for me. So, along with the gun, it came with this little package of goodies here. And I bought this a couple years ago now. I've had this for several years, but I'm getting this out. So this, by the serial number, there's a pretty good production record of these Model 52s that's available through the, I guess, that Winchester 52 book, which I don't have a copy of yet, but I gave somebody the serial number and they looked it up. And this particular one is 2804, and he said that the guy told me that according to the records in that book, this one was made on March 29th of 1921. So can't get much more specific than that. I was like, you couldn't tell me if it was before or after noon during the day, but so I laughed. But so one of the things that came with the gun is the original front blade sight. So if I ever do want to put it back to 100% original, I can do that. And then the other thing that was with it, and I'm not going to take it out, but maybe I will. I've got time. This time of the year, my fingers start to get all toughened up from the cold, from working outside and stuff. And it's hard to manipulate these little plastic bags and stuff with all the callus on my fingers. But so what we have here is the original box for the Lyman 17A, which best I can figure, doing a little research on this actual box, it looks like this packaging was from that same era of this gun being made. So I'm not sure if the person bought it and right away put the Lyman on there, or maybe they even ordered it that way. I'm not sure if that was a thing. But it also has the original tin of all the Lyman inserts that goes in there, and inside the box. I'm not going to take it out here because it is kind of falling apart, and the wind would blow it away. But those are the original instructions on the Lyman 17A as well. So I had originally intended on shooting a target at 25 yards and a target at 50 yards, but with the snow falling, that makes getting a good sight picture further out quite difficult. So I'm going to limit my target shooting to 25. I did put the gong out at 50 just so we can play around with the gong a little bit too. But all right, so I'm not sure if there's any more I can tell about this gun other than, like I said, it's easily one of my top 5 in my collection, if not top 2 or 3. And I do have several guns that cost way more than this did, and they're definitely below this one on that favorite list. So this first group I'm going to shoot. I'm just going to shoot some Aguila Super Extra at 25 yards, and I did shoot a couple of rounds before I started up, just to kind of check the zero on it to make sure it wasn't like way off or something. You never know what happens when things sit in there safe for a while, but I did have to take it down just a couple of clicks. I think maybe I had it zeroed at 50. So I did take it down a couple of clicks, and it was hitting right in the center bullseye at least with the gecko. So I haven't tried it with the Aguila yet, so I'm not sure how that's gonna. Sight picture through this peep sight and that globe sight are just phenomenal. I mean, it's hard for me to miss. You know, the only way it would be better is with a scope. But even with a scope, I did a full group of 5 with the gecko before I ever did any adjustment. And even though it was above the target, you know, a little bit above the actual bullseye, it was it looks like only 3 shots, but they're all in like a clover leaf pattern on the target. So I'm going to shoot 1 or 2 at the gong here before I do the geckos. So much fun shooting them gongs. Probably should have put my other one out at 100 yards before I started up. This gun will do that, no problem. Probably should have put a target out at 50 as well, but this gun is an old timer and doesn't have anything to prove to anybody, so. Just such a fine shooter. It really does have a beautiful trigger too. Just so smooth. Maybe a little bit heavier than some of my other 52s, but not much. I'm guessing in the 2s anyway. It's definitely not any heavier than 2 pounds and maybe a couple ounces. So we'll take a couple shots on the target. We'll go take a look at that target and see how I did. Ooh, I think I pulled that one just a little bit to the right. So if we got one shot of gecko off to the right a little bit, I'm pretty sure, because I squeezed a little too soon. I wasn't quite lined up. But anyway, let's go take a look at that target. So we're out here, snow's falling. You can see my gong hanging up out there at 50 yards. And, so here's the targets that I was shooting there. So here's the one I was talking about. Shot 5 shots before I did any adjustments. Then I made a couple of clicks down. Got to there, made a couple more clicks down. It was a little too far, so I brought it back up again. This was the target I shot with the Aguila. Not quite as nice. Maybe I'll shoot another one with the gecko just to verify, but it definitely looks like the gecko, that rifle likes the gecko a lot more. I think that's just one shot, like right there that I did say. I pulled it off to the right just a little bit because that looks like 2 there and 2 there. So if I hadn't pulled that one, I would have had, but I'll cover that up with a dime. But you know, I'll shoot one more here and we'll take a look at that. Back to the video. Alrighty, friends. Not too bad looking targets there for sure. I'm going to shoot another group of gecko just to give me three groups here, and we'll compare the 3. Definitely a fine shooting old gun. I'd put this thing up against just about anybody with their modern stuff. I don't dislike modern stuff, but there's a reason why the name of my channel is Walnut and Steel. So let's see if we can do a one whole group here. Such a nice trigger. No creep at all. Maybe a whisker's length of take up. I think this last was the last one here. All right, so let's go back and take a look at that one again. That's what I'm talking about right there. Look at that. So all 5 shots, one hole, just kind of like, and then so it definitely loves that gecko for sure. I pulled that one there off to the right just a little bit, but those 5 would have been touching as well. But probably need to take it up another 2 clicks based on what I see here. Maybe just another 1 click, but fantastic shooter. All right, back to the video. Alrighty, friends. So there we go. I don't want to make this video too long here today, but I did want to let you guys see this beauty. I have done a video on this one in the past, but I think it deserved a better look. And that last target, those are the kind of targets that really put a smile on your face, and you know, keep you happy with these old timers here. Shoot a couple gongs here. If you can never get your hands on one of these old Winchester 52s, it's hard to put in words just how much enjoyment you would get out of shooting one of these. Just the nostalgia of it, and the sheer, I guess, what am I trying to say? The sheer, it's a precision piece, and made in a day when you didn't have computers and you didn't have CNC machining and all of that sort of thing, and they're still able to produce a piece with such crisp lines, and this sight up here on top is just a piece of art. It is a little fragile. You got to be careful with it. You don't want to be bumping it around in the woods, but that's not what this gun was designed for. It's never intended for anything like that. So, not sure what all these graduations up here are intended for. I mean, I guess you could take this thing out to 200, 300 yards. But maybe one of these days next summer when it's warmer out, they do have a 100-yard and a 200-yard out here. We'll see if we can goof around with this elevation and get some hits on paper at 200 yards. So anyway, there's the last shot I had out there, but hope you really enjoyed seeing my Winchester Model 52. So I'll grab it off the stand here and bring it out front for you so you can get a bird's eye view of it. Just gorgeous walnut, the old style of the Target stock, kind of petite by today's standards, or even a decade after this one's standards of stocks that they started coming out with. But it does have the heavy profile barrel. It's not the bull barrel, but I don't think they even had really a bull barrel at this time. I think they just had this is the Target model, which had the heavy profile barrel, and then they had the Sporter model, which would have had a more Monte Carlo looking stock with checkering and a more pencil barrel. But anyway, I really hope you liked the video. I rambled on a little bit just because I love talking about this old timer here, but if you did like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Channel's been growing awesome. I really appreciate everybody being on board. I like bringing you great old stuff like this, but I do like bringing you the newer stuff too. I have quite a collection of new and old stuff, so I want to give you a variety. And seems like I get a lot more interest in old stuff like this, though. So, but anyway, we'll see you next time. Have a great day.